Alright guys, so today we're taking a look at the MiG-25 PD in the dev server. I don't know about you guys, but I have been hoping for this plane for a long time. It's one of my favorite jets. I would say easily in the top 5 my favorite jets ever, basically. So I'm really excited for this edition, and let's take a deeper look at it today. All right, so in terms of weaponry, this plane can carry three types of area missiles, right here. So we have a brand new missile in the game. It's the R40 series of missile. So it comes in two flavors. We have the R40RD, radar guided missile, and we have the R40TD, which is the IR version of the R40R. It's kind of similar to, I guess, the R27. You have like the radar version and the IR version. So overall, I think the R40 TD and the R40 RD are going to be very similar. I guess the TD will have a little bit of less range, because it's an IR missile. It has like a little bit more drag, but honestly, they should be fairly similar missiles. Unfortunately, we cannot test the R40 TD today, but just bear in mind, it's probably pretty similar to how the R40 RD performs. So the third type of missile the MiG-25 can carry are the R-60Ms. They aren't anything special. We already have them in the game for like a very long time, but it's definitely good to know that it can carry them. You can carry them on those like R-60M double launchers, so you can have a maximum of 6 missiles. The default loadout is like 2 R-40Rs and 4 R-60Ms. And in the loadout, you can carry 4 R-40 radar missiles, but only two of the IR missiles of the R40. So I will probably go for like 2 R-40Rs and 2 R-40Ts. That's probably what I would do. So as for the RWR, you have the SPO-10. Again, this is nothing special. It's honestly a pretty bare bones RWR, but my hope is you won't be relying on it too much in your regular ARB matches. To the front of this plane, we have the absolute colossal Sapphire 25 radar. So currently in the dev server, this kind of functions similarly to the MiG-23 ML's radar. It also gets an MTI mode. It does say look down on the stack card, but it's an MTI mode. We'll look at this in more detail when we take it to the sky. So coming to the back here, we also have the two colossal Tumansky R15 engines. Those engines are really powerful. It doesn't look that way on the stack card, but there are some special quirks which I will show you later when we take this thing into the sky. Alright guys, so we're here up in the air with the MiG-25, and I think it's a good time to demonstrate what I was talking about with the radar earlier. So right off the bat, this radar does not have an ACM or narrow scan mode, which I think is a little bit unfortunate. And what's interesting is, currently at this altitude and altitude, I'm unable to change the scope's range. As you can see, it's stuck on 30 kilometers, and I'm also unable to change any kind of scan angles, unfortunately. But let's see what happens here if I just dive down a little bit. You can see like it's changing to MTI, and when I just go back up again, it's back to search. So I'm just controlling the aircraft. I'm not manually controlling the radar. This is a fully automatic process. There's nothing I can do to change about it. But what's interesting is once I'm above 1500 meters altitude, then I can change my radar scope scale. So we have 30 kilometers, 60 kilometers, and 120 kilometers currently. Unfortunately, I still can't change the scan angle, so I think that's basically stuck as is, unfortunately. So ultimately, I think this radar is still a little bit of a placeholder. I'm not sure if it will be the same once it released to the live server, but I think this radar could theoretically detect much more than 120 kilometers. I mean, in real life, this is a colossal, absolutely monster of a radar, so I don't think it should have any trouble detecting, honestly, way beyond 120 kilometers. Alright, so in the meantime, let's go see how the R-40R missile performs. Like I said earlier, the R-40T should be fairly similar in performance. The only difference, the major difference, I will say, is the R-40T is the IR missile and the R-40R is the radar missile. Alright, we got a MiG-15 locked up at 10 kilometers here. Let's just go ahead and launch it. I don't think it should have any trouble. So looks like I have very good acceleration. It just jumps off the rail, really. Let's see if we're gonna hit it. Nice. Alright, so currently it looks to me as if it's pretty long range as this missile was in real life. I would say medium to long range, really. And it shouldn't have too big of a trouble hitting targets even if they are maneuvering. It has good maneuverability, as I will demonstrate in a while here. Alright, so I think it's a good time to demonstrate the maneuverability of this missile. Let's just get a bit closer here and launch it. Yeah, as you can see, it's only pulls 20G, but it's pulling very well, actually. And there we go, we hit the target. Yeah, so it has a decent number of maneuverability. It's honestly quite a good missile, honestly, from what I'm seeing so far. Alright, up next we're going to take a look at the MiG-25's flight performance. I think it's going to be an interesting topic because as you probably know, this plane in real life is a brick, but I'm interested to see how it performs in game. So roll rate wise, it's I guess decent. I mean, it's a huge plane, so this amount of roll rate is honestly not bad for a plane of this size, but it's definitely not going to be fighter level. Alright, we're at Mach 0.8, and now I'm just going to initiate a turn right here, see how it does. Alright, so honestly, not bad really. I was pulling 6 to 7 Gs on just like a sustained turn, really. And as you can see, with the afterburners fully on, I'm not losing any bit of speed. I'm actually gaining a little bit, which is crazy. I guess just to show how powerful these engines are. Yeah, but I think this is the best the plane can do, really. You can only pull about 6 to 7 Gs, which is honestly not bad for a plane like that's such a brick and this size, really. But obviously, you should never get into a turn fight with a fighter. Ideally, you should really never have to turn at all. Alright, so obviously this plane is an interceptor in real life and it's designed to fly very high and very fast. So I'm gonna blast this thing into the stratosphere and I will see you guys there. So yeah, we're currently climbing to the stratosphere, and as you can see, I'm barely losing any speed and I'm just like rocketing up, really. Like this plane is the literal definition of a rocket. So I will say one other thing. I'm not sure if I will ever able to demonstrate it, but this engine, in testing, I found out that it likes high speed and it does not really like low speed. So at high speed, it generates a lot of thrust, but at lower speeds, it just kind of dies on itself. So, I mean, this plane likes high speed, so ideally you should keep it like really fast, basically. Alright guys, so we're here at the upper stratosphere, traveling at Mach 2.65 and at almost 22,000 meters. And keep in mind, this is a stock MiG-25 because unfortunately I can't really get it spaded. So this is like stock performance basically. It's still just very impressive. And I figure like you guys should enjoy the views up here as well. It's definitely a different experience. It's basically almost space flight if you can call it that. Alright guys, last but certainly not least, welcome to the cockpit of the MiG-25. This is, as far as I'm seeing, it's a very detailed cockpit. The gauges look super detailed. The cockpit looks very well done, especially for a dev server. And obviously, you don't get great visibility, especially to the rear. But I think, given what this jet was supposed to do, it's kind of expected. I mean, it's not really designed to fight enemy fighters, doesn't really need the visibility. Yeah, but what's most interesting to me is the fact that it gets a little gun sizing. I don't know what that was supposed to be. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But this is kind of funny. And you can see the radar here. Of course, it's off right now. And you can see we're going at Mach 2.6. Alright, so that's it for my short review on the MiG-25 PD currently in the dev server. And honestly, I'm really liking this plane so far. I'm not sure how good it will be once it hits the live server, but it's certainly a very unique, very interesting, and highly desired vehicle even. Yeah, but currently I think Gaijin did a very good job with this plane. I think it looks very detailed. It's a very unique addition, and I definitely enjoyed it. Otherwise, I think the only thing I really think it needs to be updated is the radar. But of course, I don't know if that was supposed to be a placeholder or it's supposed to be like this. But anyway, that's it for my review on the MiG-25. I'll see you guys in the next video.